Hi everyone, welcome to Sattui's Wine of the Month Club cooking demo. Today we'll be making a delicious duck burger topped with tomato jam, pickled red onions, arugula, sheep's milk cheese on a brioche bun with a side of duck fat fries. It's a burger that's absolutely certain to impress. We're gonna be pairing that with any red from our collection. Cheers, let's get to cooking. We're gonna start with some canned plum tomatoes. These are some San Marzanos. They're an Italian varietal. They make beautiful sauce. We're gonna use these for our jam today. We're gonna take it with our knife. We've already strained them off and leaving us just the tomato. We're gonna slice them and then we're gonna go back through and we're just gonna julienne and then we're gonna go into a nice, beautiful small dice from here. Tomatoes have a very limited season. So the beauty of canned and jarred tomatoes is that you can just capture that little snapshot of that perfect part of the season when they're absolutely at their zenith. So we have our 2 cups of chopped tomato. We're gonna go ahead and add it to our sauce pot. To that, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. And this is just gonna give it nice body to the jam. It's gonna give it something to settle into. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. It's gonna bring up the acidity a little bit. To that, we're gonna add some of our honey from our local vineyard. As we keep bees here. It's a little granulated, but it's gonna melt right up. We're gonna add a little pinch of salt. We got some kosher here. Just a little pinch, about 1/4, 1/8 of a teaspoon. Salt as you like. And then finally, we're gonna add 1/8 of a teaspoon right here of cinnamon. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna give it some nice spice to our jam. To this, we're gonna mix it up and we're gonna throw it on the stove just for about 20 to 25 minutes, low and slow. So we have our pickled red onions. We did this a little bit earlier. Took an onion, sliced it really, really thin. We used a knife for this guy. All we did to this was 225 grams of red wine vinegar. We did 75 grams of rice wine to kind of sweeten it up just a little bit. With that, we did 250 grams of water to mellow it out. On top of that, we're gonna hit it with a little 110 grams of sugar. And then finally, we finished it with 15 grams of salt. We let that all heat up. And then we poured it over our onions right after it boiled so that it wilted up the onions a little bit and just kind of worked its way into those cellulose walls. What we're left with is a beautiful pickled onion. It's gonna bring in a really nice acidity to our burger. Perfect. All right, so now we have our duck farce. You can either buy ground duck by sourcing it through a local vendor or an online vendor is a great way to go to it. What we did is we took equal parts duck breast to duck leg and we blended it together, ground it on a nice medium grind with about 20% by weight duck fat. So we're doing an 80-20 grind is essentially what we have here. This is a great alternative to a traditional beef burger. We're gonna go ahead and season our duck. You can salt to taste. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Just experience is a great teacher for me. So I'm just gonna wing it and we're gonna get pretty close. So nice little seasoning and we're just gonna mix it in. Farce feels good, it's nice and chilled. Cold makes it easy to work with, but not frozen. Got a nice even farce. Go ahead and we're gonna start shaping this now. So we're gonna take our meat, we're gonna gather 8 ounces worth, or 227 grams. All right, we have a lovely 8 ounces here, or a half pound. Go ahead and take that, go into our ring mold. We measured our bun and we basically went off the size of our bun for the size of our burger. Take our little blob of meat and we're just gonna press it against a piece of parchment, the back of a spoon, and we're just gonna evenly displace the meat until we have a nice even round patty. And just nice even lift up straight. Perfect little patty. Now it seems like a lot, it will shrink as it cooks. And we're just gonna keep cruising. We're gonna go ahead and throw these in the freezer just for a second, just to firm them up just a little bit so they're easier to work with, just because they're so soft right now. See you in a minute. All right, we firmed up a little bit in the freezer. Nice firm patty, just a little bit chilled, not frozen. And from here, we're just gonna salt them up. Just do one for show right now. Nice even salt crust. And a little black pepper as well. ahead and flip it. And we'll get the other side. Higher up you season, more time it has to disperse as it goes down. All right, we got a beautifully seasoned duck patty. We're gonna go right into our hot skillet. But first, let's toast some buns. Pat of butter. There we go. That's what I want to see. Okay, so we have our brioche bun. We've halved it and it's ready to be toasted off. So yeah, try to soak it into the bun as quickly as possible and then just rely on the nonstick pan. And we're gonna get a really nice flavor and a really nice toast on our buns because of it. That's what I want to see. All right, I'm gonna pull that first one. Gorgeous. Now we're gonna sear our burger. All right, Napa butter. In we go. Duck burger, seasoned, ready to be fired. I'm gonna go right into the foaming butter. So what we're looking for here is we're looking for browning around the absolute rim of the burger. And that's just gonna help us know when to flip the guy. The breast meat makes it really, really tender. And we can always just take a look. We can always flip back if we have to. Okay, so we got some nice browning around the outside. So if you notice, you'll feel the center here. Nice, soft, tender. We're gonna want to go just a little bit longer. We want it to feel just a little bit firmer in the center. And that's how we know we're getting close to where we wanna be. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this. The cheese we are gonna be using today is a lovely sheep's milk cheese that we sell at the Sattui deli. It's called Osso Arati. Gonna be like a Comte. It's gonna have a little more funk and flavor to it. It's gonna melt beautifully on top of this burger. Go ahead and break this up just a little bit so it's easier to displace. And we want it overhanging just a little bit so that as it melts, it's just gonna kind of overhang and encapsulate the whole burger. All right, and then as promised, duck fat fries. So we have our duck fat here and we're adding our potato. We have some shoestrings here, 1/4 inch. We're just going until we hit golden brown. Nice and crispy, that's what we're shooting for. Our oil we shoot for 350. All right, so here we're gonna have our fries, golden brown and delicious, ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and scoop them out. So this is just about 6 cups of melted duck fat that we've rendered and cleaned. You can also buy it pre-rendered online or local retailer. All right, and just sprinkle as we toss up. All right, make sure to taste for science on consistency. Perfectly salted, nice and crispy. All right, so we have our toasted brioche. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that with a little bit of mayonnaise just to bring some moisture back to it. Nice even layer. We're gonna get both sides. And anything that's gonna be extra moist or have extra moisture to it, I like to put over the patty. From here, we're gonna add our patty. Right in the center, beautiful. Off of that, we are going to do our pickled onions. Wicked off some of that brine, so that all we're left is just the onion. From here, we're gonna take our lovely tomato jam that we made. And we're just gonna do a nice layer on top. We're gonna hit that with a little bit of arugula. And from here, put the hinge right back on. We're gonna go to the plate. We're gonna add our duck fat fries. And put that lush burger right in front. There you have it. Duck burger, a side of duck fat fries, lovely tomato jam, a little arugula. We have our sheep's milk cheese paired to our Sattui red. Let's give it a taste. Oh man, just perfect. You're not gonna believe this, but the cinnamon absolutely makes this dish. So it ties in with the sweetness of the tomato. We get the minerality of the wine against it. It absolutely sings with the fat of the duck. We get the richness and the creaminess from the sheep's milk cheese. We get the pepperiness from the arugula. The mayo is gonna keep the brioche from being dry. And it's just a beautiful bite, honestly. It's gonna sing with any of our red collection once again. As we said before, not just any burger. This one will set you apart from the crowd. So thank you for watching. Till next time, cheers.